Look at this. It's the water got, look at this. It's like the plywood is peeling apart. Tomorrow is gonna mark my 3-year anniversary professionally building out vans. I knew at some point when I started getting better that I was gonna wanna redo our van. And the way things are going at the shop right now with Sean's help and bringing Sam on board, I feel like now is as good a time as any. And I really, really, really want my van to look like some of the builds that I have out there on the road. Some of the designs that I've created for other people, I really like, and I think they're gonna work better for Kelly and I. One of the things that I'm most excited about gutting it is to find out how well it held up. I did take my mattress. I went home last night. I took my mattress out and very excited. There is not one spot of mildew, mold on my bed platform. So doing my bed platforms the way that I have over the last 3 years has proven to be good. But you can see I've got this really rough edge here, no round over. There's so much stuff here that I'm doing so much better now. And I want that for Kelly and I too. So I'm gonna gut this. I'm gonna try to get my beds in and this back area done before I go to Quartzsite. I may be living out of plastic totes in Quartzsite this January. Here's a perfect example of what I have done so much better now. I've just got like rough cut plywood that was pieced together here, all in here, just trying to make things work. This is my little makeshift spacer so that the water tank would, because I've got my accumulator way back there. You can see I've got a 20-gallon water tank there and a 20-gallon water tank back here. I'm just gonna have a 30-gallon water tank under that bed, and all my electrical is gonna be under that bed. I'll show you guys what I made. I made these cabinets here real thin, and I put foil in them so that we could hide our computers. We could hide our computers in there, and literally we never used it. That was like so that the computer wouldn't clank around while you were driving. So look at that, none of that's finished. None of it. Here's the water damage. Look at this. It's water got, look at this. It's like the plywood is peeling apart. See this? So, yeah. And it's weird. It was only this. That one looks okay. It was just this one. Little Reflectix. Kept our sleeping bags in here, but you can see that's not treated or anything. So, dog bone in there. And it looks like a little bit of mildew was starting. So look how terribly that window is framed out. Like that is the early days. That's so embarrassing. You don't know what you don't know until you know. It looks like my water system held up, but I don't want 40 gallons, so those are going to come out. I originally had an outside fill and had all kinds of issues with it, and look at that's supposed to be like that shelf was in the way. I am so glad that my water system is so much more advanced than this. Alright, so I knew this is where all the water damage was, and that looks like black mold, and that right there is black mold. So it's worse than I thought, and it looks like it actually is coming in maybe around the window. So I don't know if the window was open when it was in storage, but it was there for several months while I was doing a van build because I couldn't have two vans in the driveway because of the HOA. So the wood framing looks good that I used. That was just actually cragged to that thing. So look how wonky that is. Look at that. So I am so happy that I went ahead and decided to do this because I got to get this all cleaned up, and I am going to redo all this framing. I'm going to take this corrugated plastic out and do regular framing there. You can see I used the 2x3s for my bed frame because you do what you know, and that's what I knew how to do. I really liked those walls. I wanted my garage to be that way, and I'm so glad. I am so glad that we are doing this remodel now so I can get a little bit, you can tell it was wet, a little bit of mold there. So we're going to get this all cleaned up. This looks good. That Havelock wool looks good. So I got to get some more. I got to get all this stuff out of here. I wanted to get the garage gutted tonight, but and see what I was going to be looking at. But other than that, this all looks good. These all look dry. There's no watermarks on any of this. Even in the back here, that one looks good. So, all right, we're moving. You guys can see on this side of the van, that wood looks as nice as like it was put in yesterday. And none of the Craig screws have like rust or any signs of condensation. So this was, this held up really well. Super happy about that. You can see, like, oh my goodness, like I'm doing so much better work now. So I am so excited to be ripping all this out and redo it. So, and you can tell, like, I have to take the dresser out before I can get this wall out. So I'm really hacking at this because I want to get this garage area started. That's going to be the most important thing, because I can get on the road and live out there and not be totally done. But I need my bedroom, the bed's done, and what I'm going to do with the garage area done. The wiring, more of that pulled. So, and I think I'll get done, but just in case, I really want to get this garage area going and then go from there. It's funny to go back and look at it now. I thought I did this, but I wasn't 100% sure. I have got Havelock wool in there, and I put Reflectix in there. So if I can salvage this, I'm gonna keep all that in there. So, because it's been working out great. And I love, like there's no like condensation damage. There's literally no signs of moisture in there. So, loving that. The Havelock wool looks good. Loving that. All right, guys, I'm going to end this video here. I don't want these episodes to be too long. This is going to be a pretty intense project. We worked all day on Carolyn's van, and I spent probably about 2 hours in the shop on my van. And the things that I'm coming across that I did, some of it I'm happy about, and some of the framing is unbelievable. But, you know, I didn't know. I did it the best that I could. And some of this framing, like when I take these walls down, which I'm going to do, it's going to be unbelievable. This garage setup was so hard to break down and pull apart. That was solid. And this floor looks like it's still in good shape. It's like a hardboard that the van came with. I kept it in my van. I only used 1/2-inch birch and then this hardboard back in. And I am going to keep that in there. It's in good shape. It's a solid piece so that no water damage will actually get to the floor. If there was ever a spill, it would go to the edges and out the sides of the van. So I'm happy that I did that. I have noticed a few areas, this area under that passenger window, the most water damage. And then I do feel like at some point the refrigerator, we did have some issues where it unthawed, and like we lost power, it unthawed. So then it leaked out of the refrigerator and onto that base. That's all getting pulled out. I thought I was going to be able to pull out the garage, remodel the garage, and then do this maybe in January or as time permitted. And it is not going to be that way. All the walls have to come down together. You can see, in order to take the bed platform out, I had to tear part of the toilet bench apart. So I have a lot of stuff up there that I have to unload before I can gut the rest of it. But this is a tremendous start, and it's only been about 4 or 5 hours worth of labor. So I feel like I've got a good start, and oh my gosh, there's so many things that are going to be so much better about this build than my build number 1. So guys, subscribe and follow along. I can't wait to show you some of the things that I'm going to put in this van, and it's just going to be so much better for Kelly and I. So, all right guys, we'll see you guys on the next video.